I want you to imagine waking up tomorrow morning. You reach for your phone, but it won't turn on. You flip the light switch. Nothing. You look outside, and the entire city is dark. You get in your car to drive to work, but the traffic lights are dead. The gas pumps aren't working because they run on electricity. You go to the grocery store, but they can't sell you food because the digital registers are fried and the credit card systems are offline. Within 48 hours, the water stops running because the electric pumps have failed. Within a week, the food supply chain collapses. This isn't a scene from a zombie movie. This is a very real scenario that space weather experts call the internet apocalypse, and it is caused by our own sun. To understand the threat, we have to look back to September 1st, 1859. It was a quiet morning, but suddenly, telegraph operators around the world started reporting ghosts in the machine. Their equipment started sparking. Some telegraph machines burst into flames. Operators were receiving electric shocks through the keys. Even when they unplugged the batteries, the machines kept sending messages, powered by the air itself. That night, the sky turned blood red. Auroras, the northern lights, were seen as far south as Cuba and Hawaii. The light was so bright that miners in the Rocky Mountains woke up and started making breakfast, thinking it was morning. This was the Carrington Event. It was a massive coronal mass ejection, a solar storm that slammed into Earth's magnetic field. In 1859, we didn't have a power grid. We didn't have the internet. We barely had electricity. So it was just a pretty light show and a few broken telegraphs. But if a Carrington event happened today, it would be the most expensive disaster in human history. Here is the science. The sun is a giant ball of magnetic plasma. Sometimes, the magnetic field lines snap, launching billions of tons of plasma into space. If this cloud hits Earth, it creates a geomagnetic storm. This storm induces electrical currents in long metal wires. In 1859, the long wires were telegraph lines. Today, the long wires are our entire electrical grid. If a storm of that magnitude hits us now, it wouldn't just trip a breaker. It would physically melt the giant transformers that form the backbone of our power grid. These transformers are the size of houses. They are custom-built. We don't have spares lying around. If 100 of them melt at the same time, it could take 5 to 10 years to build replacements. Imagine living without electricity for 10 years. No internet, no refrigeration, no banking, no hospitals. A study by Lloyd's of London estimated the cost would be in the trillions of dollars. And that is just the ground. In space, our satellites would be fried. GPS would go offline. The internet backbone, the undersea cables that connect continents, uses repeaters that could be destroyed. We would be disconnected from the world instantly. You might be thinking, surely we have defenses? We have satellites monitoring the sun. If we see a storm coming, we have about 14 to 18 hours of warning before it hits. In that time, we could try to shut down the grid manually to save the transformers. But would we? Imagine the panic. Imagine the chaos of turning off the entire world's power on a hunch. And if we are wrong, we cost the economy billions. But if we are right and we don't act, we lose everything. The scary part is that these storms are not rare. In 2012, a Carrington-class solar storm shot off the sun and missed Earth by just 9 days. If the Earth had been in a slightly different position in its orbit, you wouldn't be watching this video right now. You would be trying to survive in a dark age. The sun operates on an 11-year cycle. We are currently entering solar maximum, the period of highest activity. The gun is loaded. The trigger is pulled randomly. We have built a civilization that runs entirely on electricity, sitting next to a giant, unstable star that throws lightning bolts. So, the next time you see a headline about a solar flare, don't ignore it. Look at your phone. Look at your lights. And ask yourself, how long could you survive if they turned off and didn't turn back on for a decade? I am your host. Keep some candles ready. Subscribe.